Many of you have not eaten pizza before, but I think you've eaten pizza. But actually, you've not. You've eaten bread and stew. You meat. Best food experience would be Bielsa. So nobody really expects anything from Bielsa. Bielsa, to Nigerians is a militant state. So when I was going there, I did not expect anything, but they have a lot of unique dishes that nobody knows in Bielsa. There was this soup I found out, kirigina, where they don't cook the soup, they just mix it, pour hot water and you mix it, exactly. So their food culture is really, really rich. Bielsa, South basically, but Bielsa was the one that had the best food experience. I think the South in Nigeria, they have the best soups, no argument. Igbos will claim it. Igbos, they have the most varieties of soup, but for quality, South, I'm a Yoruba person, so there's no partiality. South, for quality, they have the best soups and best dishes in Nigeria. Quote me anyway. South, no arguments, no questions. Don't argue with me. I've been there before. The South. I'll say tolerance. For example, if you drink a lot, you won't get drunk as fast as someone that doesn't drink a lot. So I eat a lot. Also, to his mental, if you are scared that the food will purge you, most likely to purge you. So my stomach too is experience. That I can't really give an answer, but I've experienced food poisoning once. But I won't blame the restaurant because I and my friends ate seafood, a platter. All of us ate the same thing, and only me had food poisoning. So I will not say it was the restaurant's fault. I'll just say something happened. So I've had food poisoning once, then I've only purged maybe like twice ever. My belly is really, really strong. I can't handle anything. I've eaten camel meat, I've eaten locust, I've eaten maggot, I've eaten the weirdest stuff, but my belly is, and these things are things that Nigerians eat. Nobody say I just go chop maggot for flour. So my belly is used to it, and I don't really purge like that. I enjoy doing these things. Like, it is fun. I went to Borno, I ate locust, fried locust. It was like shrimp. So I'm used to these things. Is the dish made the way it is meant to be made? Simple. So that's the beauty of studying dishes. So before, it's like ramen noodles now. It's Chinese noodles, original noodles. I had it recently, but before I had ramen noodles, for years, I've been studying ramen noodles. And when they came to Nigeria and a restaurant made it and I had it, I was like, no, this is not ramen noodles, because I've studied it, I've watched the way they made it. So, but most dishes, I've traveled abroad a lot. I grew up going abroad every year, my family, for food. That's where the habit came from. So I've tasted many of these dishes abroad before. So when I taste them in Nigeria, I'm like, rubbish not for you. Sorry for the Yoruba. So yeah. So studying, and I've tasted many of these things before. I have friends that are chefs. I have many chef friends. And they use me as a lab rat. So they give me a lot of, okay, I'm making some and taste it. Give me your feedback. So I've tasted many of these things before. It's only when I when I travel to these states and I'm doing food tours in the states, there's always like a local that's a food expert. So it's the person that tells me, okay, oh, there's this thing called kirigina. This is how it's made. Then they educate me on their dishes. So yeah, that's. But basically, the main review is this food made the proper way? Many Nigerians do not know this, but many international cuisines that they eat and think is proper, it's actually made the rubbish way. But because you don't know, you get. Like pizza now, many of you have not eaten pizza before, but I think you've eaten pizza. But actually, you've not. You've eaten bread and stew. You meat. So there's that. It is you people's fault. It is you people's fault. Because I'm very, very sure, probably when they started, they were selling good food. But you guys did not come because it wasn't fine. Then they now switched strategy and sold regular basic food. And all of you came to the point that there's no space outside. So it is you people's fault. Simple. NFA. I'm a Yoruba guy, so I'll be trying Yoruba once in a while. But yeah, I won't blame them. I think business is business. If you're a business person and you know that if I make good food, out of 50 customers in a day, only 10 will come. But if I make the space really, really fine and I expect 50 customers, 100 will come, business is business. I mean, I will give them a bad review. But business is business. The game is the game. I understand why they do it. It's you guys' fault. So that's where the Nigerian factor comes in. Nigerians were unserious. There are franchises abroad and it is the same quality everywhere. But in Nigeria, when they franchise it, they give them the recipes to use. The owners, they monitor them. but nobody monitors. Just give us your money, open it in Kaduna. Nobody is gauging them. So again, that's the Nigerian factor. Franchising is not a bad thing. It's not bad because they give them, it must look like this, it must feel like this. The first 1 month, they would inspect them. First 1 month, they will make it the way it's meant to be made. But after the Oga has gone, no more, they freestyle it. So you can't blame them. But it's wrong, sha, but sometimes so they make it to the palate of the area. For example, Chicken Republic now, there are pastries in the north. They love sugar in the north and they love Maggi in the north. So to make their northern customers come more, their sugary stuff, they make it more sugary. Those in the north of it, but someone like me or you now from Lagos, if you go there, will complain that this thing is too sweet. But they are tailoring their dishes for those in the area. So there are many factors around it. Same way I was in Enugu recently, and Igbos don't like pepper. Like when they say Yorubas don't like pepper, like I thought they don't like pepper in the east. So imagine them doing jollof in the east now. Obviously they'll tone down the pepper in the east and in Lagos. So it's things like that. But it was shocking. Igbos don't. I thought it was a joke that we like pepper, like maybe a stereotype, but more true Yoruba, we like pepper. Like, hey, that's by the way. Better than everybody in this room. I must say, I have receipts, I have videos. Like, it's not a. Do you have receipts of your food? Do you have receipts? I have receipts.
I can't judge based on those. Look, I have to take
Not look video, not like video of me cooking from beginning to the end. I have receipts. Yeah. That was cocky. But it's a fact. I feel bad now. So when I started, I was very, very brutal. There was no empathy. I would say it the way it is. If your restaurant is bad, I would say it is bad. So yeah, basically I have testers, so it's like a group. You know, did you like it? Why did you like it? Did you like it? Why did you like it? If they both like it and I dislike it, I'll give it a mid 5 over 10. If we all like it, 8 over 10. So also when doing reviews, I take myself out of the review. Just because I like pepper and pepper is not there doesn't mean it's bad. That's why I said, is the food cooked properly? So that is like a factor. Then minus the food too. In a restaurant, there are many factors. The service, was the service good? The price point and the food, are they marrying? If I'm paying 10k for jollof rice, I expect 10k jollof rice. So there are many factors. Their parking spaces, their lights, was the staff nice? And all that good stuff. The toilets clean. So it's not just food, it's the whole experience when I'm reviewing food. This year, more than 100 this year, sha. That's all I can say. It's my job. It sounds plenty to you guys, but this is my job. It's like telling the doctor how many patients have we treated this year. More than 100. So location. If you are going to the island, the restaurant has to be very local or very fine dining. If you are doing a casual dining restaurant on the island, you are paying yourself because they have many of those already. So only maybe fine dining or local, maybe local Igbo food will sell. So come to the mainland. Yaba is a good area. Surulere is a good area. Ikeja, Magada, these places are nice. So location matters, quality of food, price point, aesthetics too matters. That's 4. So quality of location, quality of food, price point, aesthetic, and number 5, which is really key, service. Your service matters. There's some restaurants that their food is just there, but because their staff are well trained and they treat you like a king. For me, I always go back to those places. So these are the 5 key things. There's more, but these are the 5 primary things that you should consider when opening a restaurant. Food combos. I don't mix rubbish together. So I've had many weird dishes, but combinations. I have home training, so I don't mix rubbish together like Nigerians do. But weird things I've had maggot, I've had camel meat, I've had rabbit, I've had pigeon. I've stopped eating bushmeat because it's illegal. I've had crocodile and all that good stuff. For combos, I don't mix combos. Not yet. Dog meat is the one meat that I will never taste. Dog and cat meat. I won't taste them. If I see better money, I go run you. Actually, I would never stop being a food critic. That's the thing. No matter how, I want to be a food tech bro. That's what I want to transition into. I have an app that I've created, but I'm just very, very lazy. So when I become a billionaire off the app, I would reduce. I'll never stop because, as I said, this thing was not a thing for money. It was just a hobby. There was no intention to blow. There was no plan to make money. I was just doing it, and things happened. So even though, God forbid, money stops coming, I'll still be going to restaurants. I'll still be eating, and I'll be documenting my experiences. So I'll never stop. Being a food critic, my life before and after. Let me give you a brief. I called on the entire. So I studied mass communication in university. After university, I worked as a journalist, food journalist, for a couple of years, and I felt this thing is too easy because I'm a really, really good writer. So I resigned and I switched to advertising. So for 2 years, I worked in advertising. Then while doing advertising, I was also being a food critic. I was, blowing small, small. I'm making small, small change. That was more than my salary. So my office, everybody just will tease me that, Opeyemi, this your 9 to 5 is your side job. Why not quit and just do this thing full time? So I quit and began going around Nigeria. So the difference between then and now, I'll say I make more money and there's more freedom. Now, those watching it might think, oh, there's money in it. No, I began this thing seriously since 2013. And the first time I made money was 2019. And it was 30K I made. Exactly. When I began, I did not, I spent, even my travels now, I don't have any sponsor. All my going to Borno, spending a week there, hotel, nobody is sponsoring me. Hopefully one day they will sponsor. But now, so that's the difference. Number one, I make more money. Number two, I wake up anytime I want to wake up. I know it's a big deal in Lagos. Waking up anytime I want to wake up. Then number three, I travel a lot and I meet people. Like this my job affords me to meet people that people respect this profession outside Lagos mostly, because in Lagos they're still finishing Lagos, but when you are going to a state and you announce that, oh, all of you in Nasarawa, I'm coming to your state to explore your food scene, because nobody goes there. The whole state is excited. Those who are rich members come and chill with us, and so that's like a thing that people that I will not meet on a normal day, people that won't talk to me on a normal day, they host me and all that good stuff. So that's like the cool things that I like. There's more, but these three things are the top three things. So success for me is very, very evolving. So when I started, I had no idea the power that I had. I even have tweets that are more, imagine if one day I do a restaurant review and the restaurant is packed for weeks and they make money. That was success for me years ago. But now, it's nothing to me. I can just, all my reviews, it's nothing. I make restaurants. No, I have made restaurants blown in different states. So that was success for me. So now success for me is, becoming a billionaire, because everything food success. Sometimes getting success early is a bad thing, because I assumed it was impossible doing this, but I've done it now, so I've been there. So I want to be a millionaire. That's success. Sorry, let me be realistic. Multi-millionaire in dollars. That's success for me. But for food success, I think I've already done it. The ones I know about, I've done it. So yeah, that's not what you wanted to hear. I know that's a very, very boring answer, but that's the truth. West Africa. I want to say hi. I'm Famakin, Opeyemi, the biggest food critic in West Africa. From there, in Africa, let me conquer the whole of Africa.